Hey Jess, how you doing? All right, I've got your work up here. Thank you so much. PDF, there it is. Excellent. Okay, really good start. So the great thing here is you're showing a pretty good understanding of how to create, how to guide the viewer through the composition based on emphasis and creating hierarchy through emphasis. So I think this is really excellent, a really good start. So let's go ahead and start with the first. The first composition is no contrasted size or weight. So all hierarchy should be based on grouping. And I think right here, I think this is a little bit unusual right here because it's creating these kind of additional saccadic movements. So we go headline, then we come down here and we go start going down the line and we're forced to jump over here, then we're forced to jump back over here. And we come down here and we're forced to jump back over here. My recommendation is just to take these left alignment right there in that column. I think that would be the most beneficial way to clean up that layout right there. Now the second layout is something interesting because you're starting to do a lot of center alignment here. As a matter of fact, this from the headline down, this whole composition is center aligned, and I want you to concentrate on staying away from center alignment for this class. And the reason I say that is because what we're trying to understand in this class is we're trying to understand how to apply the grid. One of the things we're trying to understand to develop an understanding and a good practice of developing the grid and applying the grid to our compositions. So that said, if you can understand, if you can follow this, it's okay. So the grid is kind of basically a set of guidelines, a set of alignment lines for which we can ensure all of our work aligns, right? But in center alignment, we're not even really paying attention to the grid. All we're saying is this is this page size, and we're just going to take our elements and center them. No grid needed at all, right? So what we're trying to do here is understand and learn the grid. So let's try to stay away from center alignment for the duration of this class. Okay, so here you've introduced a new size and a new weight, right? And that's fantastic. But let's try some other different alignments here, something other than centered. And the same thing here. You've got kind of this is kind of centered here, and this is centered. Then you come down to this alternative. Now, don't get me wrong. I think you're doing a good job. I just think your grouping could be a little bit more expeditious. I think right now, remember saccadic movements in our spacing exercises. Remember I talked about how the eye wants to group things and take things in as groups. The eye isn't comfortable doing this, going here, boom, here, 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 here. So the eye is much more comfortable doing something like this, starting, coming down, and then jumping over, and just see here is there's really only one saccadic movement here. We come down here, this is one group, boop, and we come over here, here's another. This one, you just come very straight down the line. Here's a little bit different, and this one, that's a beautiful composition right there, isn't it? But anyways, that's what we're after. We don't want the viewer to be forced to do stuff like this. You know, go here, 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 back here, over here, down here, up here, over here. We want to eliminate that kind of movement. Okay, so think about what you can do therein. And then the final, I think the final is excellent. Really good job. Broken grid. I like the little labels around the car. That's really interesting. Okay, so, oh, good job with the cropping and the bleeding as well. So let's take a quick look. A couple of areas I want to show you. The announcements. There's a great example at the bottom of the announcements. The announcements are great. There's a ton of resources in the announcements. Be sure to go through that. And then here's this example. And then over in the page, in the assignment page, there's a great, I'm sorry, in the lecture, a week 3 presentation, halfway down the page, this is wonderful. And this shows you exactly how to set this assignment up. And also, this is also covered on page 101 in your textbook. So be sure to review that. And apply what you've learned here to your final compositions. So I'm going to tell you what, you've got a wonderful start here. Really, really fantastic start. So just keep working, keep studying those resources, look at the examples, check out the textbook. Can't wait to see your final iteration coming up on Sunday. Yeah, that's about all I have. So go ahead and let's apply those recommendations. And of course, Jessica, any questions at all, please let me know. All right, fantastic. Thank you.